So, Cheli, how do you feel about books that have Reese's book club? Do you know who Reese is?
Witherspoon?
Why?
Or without her spoon?
How is it that? Hello? How is it that you knew that? What about Reese's Pieces? The Reese's chocolate. Why didn't you think about that?
I mean, why wouldn't I think about Reese with her own spoon? Like, of course I'm thinking about that. Oh my god, aesthetic, all greens.
I try to do that most of the time.
That's so cute. Of course I'm thinking about Reese Witherspoon. Reese just be out here reading?
I have a complaint.
Oh my god, okay. I have a complaint too. I just felt this book. I have one complaint. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry if I spill. I'm just kidding. I didn't. I just feel like I love Reese Witherspoon. I'm not coming for her crown. But I'm sure many other celebrities have book clubs. Why is this one the one that gets to have a sticker?
Okay.
And it's not even a sticker.
That's what I was going to say. That's my ick. I hate when they sell books.
Mira.
Look
at this.
Wait, hold on. Not a sticker.
It's not a sticker. It's permanent on there.
I hate that. They're covering the best part of the cover. The bottom.
What is on there?
Well, now we'll never know.
What if there was a dog there? Now I'll never know. I'll never know. I'm so upset. That's what I hate. I hate when they have these stickers, non-stickers on there.
Yeah, I get it. I also isn't it crazy that celebrities are reading a lot now? Doesn't it feel like a bigger thing? Because there's been pictures of the Kardashians reading a Coho book.
Of course.
Yeah, and it's like,
I'm not shocked. Those bitches could never read A Serpent in the Wings of Night.
No, I would never. You wouldn't catch a Kardashian reading. What's a hard book that we read? ACOTAR. Well, actually, no, they wouldn't. I don't know.
That's your example.
I don't think
when everyone reads ACOTAR as their intro to fantasy.
Okay, wait.
I shouldn't say everyone, but you know.
Hold
what I mean.
on. What would you do if a celebrity was like, someone you really love, Reese Witherspoon, sweetest lady, and she's like, "Have you guys heard? It's a really quaint little book, Haunting Adeline." Have you guys heard?
Reese Witherspoon would never.
But Reese without her spoon, maybe.
She might, maybe. I wonder if there's a list of books that she's recommended. Oh my god, I'm into this now.
You hated it a second ago.
No, I hate the sticker, non-sticker. Come on, you hate it too. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, I hate it too.
Thank you.
Oh, so that's what the house looked like.
Oh my god.
Wait, who wrote about this?
Wait, hold on.
Does she have a long list?
She has a long, and every single one of these has her sticker, non-sticker.
Oh my gosh.
So
Reese. What if she took advantage of that and Mike Wazowski the characters on these? Oh, she reads a lot of go up. Which one's that one? Oh.
Marriage portrait.
So she reads thrillers.
I think so. Some of these.
Reese.
I don't think.
Reese's Pieces. Oh, AJ Finn liked this book. You remember AJ Finn?
The one who wrote.
Oh my god, my stomach. Silent Patient?
No.
The other one that we read around that time that I didn't like. No. What did AJ Finn write?
Woman in the Window.
Oh, it says right here.
Hello?
Well, this is a woman at the door.
She has a long ass list. Oh my god, what if we pick our next books on here? Because
you skipped one of the best titles. Oh, sorry. You skipped one of the best titles. Hold on. Because you really like Fable.
I've been playing Fable.
You have?
Yeah.
Dude, I really like that you like Fable.
I fucking love Fable. Did you know they're coming back?
Oh my god.
The one you hated.
By Lucy Foley, the guest list.
The one you fucking hated.
I didn't hate it. I just despised it.
I just despised it with a burning passion. But yes, I've been playing Fable again, and apparently they're redoing it. But
Damn.
who knows?
Oh, wait. I have a question for you.
Hmm.
If you made a book list, what would be 2 books that have to be on your book list?
This is so embarrassing because, like, different vibe from the Queen Reese. These Hollow Vows has to be on there. Sorry to everybody who hates that book, but it's in my soul. Okay, I'm sorry. Another one would probably be episode 13.
Oh, that's a good one.
I fucking love that book. And I've been thinking about it more and more every day.
I told my friend to read it. I told her she'd really enjoy it.
What about you? What to?
You already know what my first is gonna be.
Oh, hold on. Angels Before Man.
Yes. And if I had to choose another one, maybe The Bridge Kingdom.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I never thought of myself as someone who would read fantasy. But doesn't that feel like that's all we read?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we get stuck in it.
What do you think was your genre before starting this podcast?
I don't know. Why did you make that face? Yajaira lifted her eyebrows at me. She waggled them. It's not Omegaverse. First of all,
I didn't say that. I never said that.
I never said it.
I was gonna say monster romance, but
oh yeah.
I guess it's the same thing.
I don't know, because I wasn't an avid reader back then. I was when I was a kid, and I read a lot of action as a kid because I read a lot of manga as a kid, and then I don't know. I was a Harry Potter kid.
Oh God, love that for you.
Yeah, but I'm glad that's in the past.
And we don't need to bring that up again.
Yeah, but when we started, I was like, dude, romance all the way. And sometimes we would read books that didn't have romance, and it would make me a little sad.
Yeah.
But I'm fine.
Yeah.
I like to vibe.
We're here. We're vibing. So, Cheli, do you think a book where the first light wins, allegedly, could fix your life?
I think it can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Book Fix podcast, a podcast where we fix lives, one lie at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
Where we fix lies. Sorry. I'm your host, Cheli. I'm sorry. I just got that. I didn't mean to just because that was cute. I'm sorry. I mean, don't read into that.
No, I never do.
Hi,
how are you?
Oh my gosh. I read this 30 years ago.
Did
But
you?
I remember when I read it, I texted you and I was like, damn, it's like we're reading another Frida McFadden book.
Yeah. Except this one feels more like there's a lot happening in this one.
There's a lot. I feel like I needed to take notes outside of the book at some point because I was like, fuck, I'm going to need to get my red string and connect right now.
Seriously.
There's so many fucking things going on. So our book takes place, our
main character is Evie. What do you call her? Evie or Evie?
Evie, right?
Evie Porter, which is Evelyn Porter. And she's basically meeting her lover's friends for the first time. And she's like, wow, it happened so suddenly. You know, 1 minute I was living in my apartment. The next minute I'm over here just like toothbrush here in her man's bathroom. And just like her stuff slowly, you know, being left behind. And now she's meeting his friends. And she's like nervous about it, but I think it's really interesting because a lot is said when it's not said, you know?
Yeah, because, okay, first of all, she is meeting the friends and they're all like questioning her. And it's crazy because she'll just make little comments like, oh yeah, and I say this because never let them know too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I tell them about me living here, but they'll never look into it. And I tell them about me moving in with my mans.
Well, it's kind of crazy because pretty early on, like, because they're asking her, like, how did you guys meet? And she's just like, oh, well, you know, my had a flat tire and he was just there to save the day.
And then she brings up, well, I was the one who put the nail in it, but
yeah, well, in her head, not like out loud. But I thought it was so fucking eerie because literally the line was like, because they're laughing, like they're just like, that's so funny that happened to you, right? And she's just like, yeah, amused that any person would have watched another long enough to know that he always filled up at that truck stop for gas on Thursday evenings after spending the day in his East Texas office, that someone knew he favored the pumps on the west side, and that his eyes always lingered a little too long on any female who crossed his path. And that same someone would pick up on the little things, like the LSU baseball cap on the backseat of the frat tee showing through his white dress shirt on the country club sticker. I mean, it's amusing to believe one person would go to those lengths just to meet another.
I was like, so freaked out because I thought this book was going to just be about someone who was stalking someone else.
So did I. I thought this was going to be about revenge. I was like, this bitch did something to her.
Dude.
Or like to someone that she loves.
How did you feel about that part where, because she was moving into his home that he had inherited from his grandma and
his grandpa.
And so she was like, yeah, I'm going to go unpack. And he was like, oh, you want me to help you? And she's like, no, I'm good. And so it cuts to where she's unpacking. And she had just bought or rented out the house for 1 week. Mm-hmm. So she made her house look like
it was lived in.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy how she was going through all of her stuff and like her brand new toothpaste, she would like squirt out like half of it. Or like her shampoo bottle, she would squirt out enough, or the conditioner to where it looked like, oh yeah, she's been using this for a while.
And then she strategically placed random things in drawers to be like, oh, I forgot this. Mm-hmm. And then she had a perfume collection because she knew that his mom had a perfume collection.
Mm-hmm. So that was weird to me because I'm like, okay, what's he gonna do? Be like, oh my god, you're just like my mom. And that's exactly what I love about you. Yeah, that you're just like my mother.
It was just so weird because I felt like there was something more sinister going on.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
Again, I thought this was gonna be a revenge story. I thought it was interesting how it was kind of like a known thing that she was very like to her chest about like her life, because again, like when she would talk to his friends, his girlfriends, which whatever, she would be very like short answers. Don't give up too much information unless they specifically asked for it. And even when they asked for too much information, she would respond in a way that it would make them feel bad for asking in the first place, right?
Wasn't there like also a moment when they had hung out where she like just gave a little bit too much to make them feel shit?
Uncomfortable? Yeah, because so they have a friend, her name is Rachel, and Rachel is like the single one of the group. And so they were like, and for some reason Rachel and Ryan were having issues at the time of her meeting the friends, because Rachel wasn't there. And so the girls were like, oh my god, we should all hang out, just the girls, not Ryan included. Exactly. And so Ryan was like, hey, don't let them make you feel any type of way. Like if you need an out, I'm not going to feel any animosity towards you, basically, if you don't get along with my friends. And so I thought it was interesting how it was kind of like a known thing, right? That she was not too honest with her life, I guess.
Yeah.
Because even she would make comments to Ryan and be like, yeah, because Thursdays are really important to you. Thursdays are the days where you have to do something very important. And he was like, oh. Yeah, true.
But it was both sided. Like both of them were hiding something.
Yeah, but they were like fine with it.
So around this part, wasn't there like you would see... No, wait. The first thing that happens is they go to a party and she crashes into someone. I think it's Ryan's cousin. And Ryan's cousin has a girl with him. Right?
They're just friends. That guy, I think his name is James, no? James?
No, it's his cousin. Isn't it his cousin?
Because wasn't he like always burning the friend group? Like that was like a known thing. Like,
I
oh,
think so.
this guy, yeah.
Yeah,
he's always-
I know he did not like him, but they just happened to crash into each other at this party and was like, "Oh my god, meet my girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
Luca."
Luca, yeah. Me and my girlfriend, Luca Marino.
And I was so confused because then Evie was like, "Oh my god."
Wait, where are you from? And she was like, North Carolina. What part? And then she was like telling her like what part of North Carolina. And she was like saying like things that were in North Carolina because Evie was like, oh, I knew someone who lived there once upon a time.
But then like that chapter ends with going like, "I was so confused because that bitch was me."
Yeah, because it
Da,
says
da, da.
she is not from Eden, North Carolina. I am. Her mother didn't die from breast cancer. Mine did.
Yeah.
Her name is not Luca Marino. Mine is. I was
so
shocked. How are you feeling at this point?
I was so confused because I was like, wait a minute. So she's stalking this guy, but also she has like a secret, I guess, identity.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure what was going on because I didn't see the point in someone impersonating her.
Yeah,
and
I didn't
it's
either.
funny because like I think immediately after this, we start getting chapters that are names of people that she used to be.
Yeah.
And
so
through these chapters, we learn that she had taken a job where she
well, it's because when she was Luca Marino, which is who she actually is, her mother was really sick with breast cancer. And it was really sad because her mom was like, oh, you know, I want you to make it out there in the world. Like, please apply to college. Like, please just like get out there. And she was like, yeah, sure. But she was working really hard. And where she worked, like rich people were there, I think, or something allowed her to steal easily
it's
from
because
people.
it was rich people who would pay with credit cards, and she would take the credit cards and like take the information out of like a little box basically.
Yeah, but she wouldn't do it right away. Like she would do it like within like weeks or so that they wouldn't pinpoint it to her.
But she would do it specifically to older people because they wouldn't check.
Or people who like spent a lot of fucking money with no care in the world. Like when they had that auction, remember, and that person spent like thousands of dollars to like a trip to like Ohio or something.
Yes. And then she got caught.
Yeah, she got caught and basically she got taken away and she met somebody. I forgot his name. But she met somebody who was like, "Oh my god, you're so good at like blending in or whatever.
What if you made this your whole life?
What if you made this your job? What do you want to get paid for this?"
I know that all of her identities that she has, all of her things, first of all, she fucked up really bad that one time. And then they were basically telling her, like, you can't fuck up again. Like, you can't afford to make mistakes.
You mean like the time before she was Evie?
Yeah.
Porter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's very like mysterious. Like we don't know exactly what happened, but we just know that she's on thin ice.
I can't remember what we gain out of seeing her other identities.
I think honestly just the point, even from like the first time that she did this, which I don't remember who she was the first time, but I think every single time that she would do this, where she would be sent out on a mission and have to like get some sort of information for this group that she was working for. Well, she was working for a guy known as Mr. Smith.
Yes.
But she had never met this man. It would just be through a phone. And then there was like an actual person that she had met the first time, but I don't know if she ever saw this man again. But through these different identities, she would be like, I don't know. I think it kind of just showed that she always had a little bit of empathy, even when she was forced to go on with whatever the end goal was.
Yeah. Didn't she also like not really like her boss?
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
And there was like another guy who was in this with her. I forget his name. It started with a D. Devin?
Yeah, I think it's Devin. Where is it?
Where they were both kind of on the same page, like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, like how did we get here?
So her whole thing with Ryan is, I think she's investigating him, right?
Well, because he doesn't, Mr. Smith doesn't tell her exactly. Yeah, it's Devin. Doesn't tell her what the mission is. He just kind of like has her go And then later on, he'll be like,
oh, by the way, you're doing this.
yeah, this is why you're here, kind of thing. And so, yeah, she just kind of receives a case file on Ryan, and it said everything about him. And I think it had to do with his grandpa. Like, this whole point had to do with his grandfather and how his grandfather had, like, a business. And then he passed away, and it got passed down to Ryan. And so she just, yeah, she's living with Ryan. And it kind of was unexpected how much she liked him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she had expected it either, because she has a really big soft spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, they always do what, because if I remember correctly, I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've read the story. Wasn't there also moments, like you said, how they were kind of teetering on, like, I know you're doing something, but sometimes they would both just sit there like,
okay, you start.
You're gonna
Like,
say something.
If you tell the truth, I'll tell the truth.
Do it at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
Mm-hmm.
But they both had known that something was up.
Yeah, and then also she followed Ryan to his work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, and it was on a Thursday, and I don't necessarily remember exactly what it was, but
it was this kid that basically fucked up a shipment or something, and then Ryan sat him down, and it was funny because Evie was watching and was like, oh my god, I've seen like happy Ryan and frustrated Ryan, but angry Ryan
and horny Ryan.
I know, but
this
is something completely different, because he was just like, okay, you don't tell us shit, you don't tell us if you're doing this, I'm gonna cut off your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
So she saw that version of him, and honestly that threw me off.
Yeah, same.
Oh, God.
I honestly thought that this was going in a completely different direction than what it ended up going. But yeah, so she saw this, and it didn't really like turn her off though.
Mm-mm.
She was kind of just like, well, guess he's not perfect either. He, you know, we all have flaws. So.
We all have our things.
Yeah.
I lie to him and he kills people.
And he's not that nice.
Who was Judge McIntyre?
So Judge McIntyre was one of the cases that she had, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the cases that she had, and then I think that she let him go or something. Was it him or was it the other one? Was he
he came through like a champ?
He was the one that was really nice to her, I think.
Yes.
And so she screwed up her job, but she gave Mr. Smith something better. Like, she was like, I'm not going to fuck with this guy, but I'm going to do this instead because it's going to work in your favor anyway. And Mr. Smith was so fucking mad at her over it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, okay, you know what? You're right that this is a better direction for me, but don't ever fucking do that again.
He's the one also at the end that crashes into her and calls her by her other name, right? It's like, oh my God, what are you doing here?
I think so, yeah.
That was crazy to me because it's like, damn, you've lived so many fucking lives.
Yeah.
How do you even keep up with this shit?
Mm-hmm. How did you feel about all of the lives that she lived? Like, is there any that, like, stood out to you?
Damn, I'll let you know.
So, Rachel, which is Ryan's friend, she's a lawyer. She was the one who was not really Evie's biggest fan. I thought that was interesting. I thought
it was really funny that she knew that she needed to call Rachel in order to give the friends something else to talk about. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. It was like what we were talking about at the beginning. And she was like, yeah, I'm just going to throw that in there so they have something to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rachel was the one who was completely like, there's something about her
that I just don't fucking trust.
Mm-hmm. So there was that whole part, if you remember, because after meeting Luca and James, she freaked out but didn't say anything because she was like, maybe Mr. Smith doesn't have to know about this. It's not the weirdest thing that's happened to me. So she doesn't say anything. Mm-hmm. And then immediately after, Luca and James die in a car accident.
Okay. Yes. But it's because Luca and James end up going to their place for dinner. And of course, fucking Evie knows. She knows that this whole thing is made because Mr. Smith doesn't trust her anymore. So she leaves little clues, little crumbs that she knows that Luca is going to end up finding. Fake Luca, I should say. And so she does end up finding whatever it is that she had hidden. And she confronts her. She's like, Luca, I know you're not fucking Luca. And she's just like, what are you talking about? I know who you work for, okay? You were sent by Mr. Smith. Yeah, well, tell him I send my regards. Like she's basically like, letting her know that she knows what's up. And I think at the same time, James and Ryan are fighting. Like they're arguing because James is that one friend who's just unreliable. And he's always like burning all of his friendships. And he like takes money, never gives it back. That sort of person. And so they end up leaving. And they did have like drinks. But fake Luca seemed like she was fine.
Yeah.
And so they leave. And then, they end up getting into a car accident that killed them both. And it was absolutely crazy because fucking Ryan turns on the TV and it's just like Luca Marino and James Blank die in a car accident. And they're just like, what the fuck? They were just here.
Yep. And
Evie feels a little bit bad because she's like, wait, is that my fault?
Was that oopsie? And it's funny because it isn't until after that she calls her connection, her phone. Is it Mr. Smith that she calls?
I feel like there's a middleman, but I can't remember.
They call someone and then she's just like.
Doesn't she call Devin? I could have sworn she calls Devin and it's like, you'll never fucking believe what happened, Devin. Because she made a friend. Devin is the one who also worked for Mr. Smith. And, she would just tell him things. I also like that they would have, like, secret codes through Instagram. I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
But there is a point, because her and Devin meet up at some point. And I don't know if it's in the past or in the present. I think it's in the present. But they're looking through some files that were sent to them. And it's a video of Evie. Right? In the maid outfit.
From when she was Mia?
Yeah. It was when she was Mia. And does she commit a crime?
Yeah. So basically she was connected to somebody's death. And I think the video basically showed her like causing a fire or being around a fire, like something along those lines.
She was like, oh no, that's Luca.
Yeah,
that's that bitch Luca. May she rest in peace.
Yeah, I love her though. Oh yeah, because Evie gets arrested.
Yes.
And they're asking her like, isn't this you? And it's like, Evie, you're under arrest for being involved in the murder of Amy, whatever her last name was. And
Amy Holder,
okay. And then they're just like, no, girl, it's not me, I swear. And then that's when Rachel is helping her reluctantly. But I thought it was so interesting that Evie just tells her, oh, yeah, I'm not actually Evie Porter. And she's like, what? Who are you? It's like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that, Rachel.
Don't worry about it. But I didn't kill that girl. So just trust me, bro.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's Luca. Don't you see it in the eyes? I would have never worn that.
Yeah, they basically just accept that it was fake Luca Marino because they look eerily alike.
It's crazy to me that Evie is so like 3 steps ahead every single time because she's like, yeah, that's why I tell the truth as often as I can because you don't want to be caught in your own lie.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure, like, if you're always fucking lying, it must be so hard to keep track of everything.
Mr. Christopher Smith.
I'm gonna be honest, I still don't really understand the title. I know she explained it, but I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
First lie wins. I think she said something like your first lie has to be the most impactful, like the most meaningful.
But also it's not supposed to change much, right?
I think so. Let me see if I can find it.
It's near the beginning.
Okay, so it says, there's an old saying, the first lie wins. It's not referring to the little white kind that tumble out with no thought. It refers to the big one, the one that changes the game, the one that is deliberate, the lie that sets the stage for everything that comes after it. And once the lie is told, it's what most people believe to be true. The first lie has to be the strongest, the most important, the one that has to be told. So, like you said, like it would be like just a little bit off from the truth. Like it's still close to the truth, but it's not the truth.
Yep. She was really good at that shit.
Yeah, she was quick on her feet, which could never be me.
So I didn't really get.
What was the first plot twist? Oh, the first plot twist was Luca. That there was a fake Luca Marino. Yeah. I thought that was going to be a bigger thing.
I thought so too, but she was gone as soon as she came. When does Evie and Ryan, when are they on the same page where they figure out?
Well, she doesn't really tell him right away. But when she gets arrested and she has to appear for court or something about questioning, I think, he's kind of like, I don't even care what the truth is, girl. I'm here for you. Like, I believe you no matter what. Or I just don't care. I don't care what the truth is. Yeah. Right? Like, he was kind of just following along. And she was like, okay, well, I'm not going to tell you right away. And he was like, it's fine. And then doesn't she goes off to meet Devin? And that's when he showed her the video that you mentioned. Yes. So the whole time, Ryan is like with her in this journey, but he's not with her directly. He's just kind of like in the hotel, like in the city, waiting for her. And so I don't remember the exact moment that he's like aware. He tells her first, doesn't he? Because remember, they would have this thing where it'd be like, no, you go first. Yes. And then I'll follow and tell the truth. And then I think something happened with her. He goes off and helps her. They're back in their place. And then he's like, he tells her about the business that he has on Thursdays, basically. And then I think she tells him too.
And then they love each other a little more. Yeah. After that. Because I do remember it not being really that big of a deal.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. He was just like, oh, you have a couple secrets? Me too. What's a couple lies here and there? Okay, let's move it a little forward. Okay. Basically, Mr. Smith is pissed off because he's convinced that Evie knows something that she's not letting on. And he's like, girl, I'm going to ruin your life unless you tell me what happened to Amy Holder's safe, right? The stuff in her safe. And she was like, I don't know. I showed up and the place was on fire. I already told you this or a year ago, whatever, however long it was. And he was like, I don't fucking believe you, bitch. I don't believe you. And he's just like, if you don't tell me where this information is, then he was going to like release something of her, no? Or he was going to do something. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what, but she was like, well, damn. Guess I gotta do it.
I never really understood why Mr. Smith was such a big threat. Because he ended up not really being.
I think he just had a lot of info, no? He has like every crime you've ever committed.
But he was just a normal ass guy, right?
Yeah, but he was like in charge of everything. Yeah. So everyone just feared him and did everything he said.
And he didn't lie about his name, right? It wasn't a fake name. It was like, no, you just have that type of name, bitch. Yeah. There's 5,000 of you.
Yeah.
Christopher Smith. Right? What's his name, Christopher? Yeah.
But don't you remember the other plot twist? Who he actually is?
Who was he?
Spoiler alert.
I don't remember.
Don't you remember that she had two friends? She had the friend Devin, and then she had the friend George. Yes. Wasn't George Mr. Smith this whole fucking time? I don't remember. Was it him? I don't remember what George did for her.
Yeah, I guess I don't need to call you George anymore, I say.
Yeah, but I don't remember what George would do for her, but
wasn't he at the P.O. Box place?
Is that what he did? That's what he did on his pastime.
On his off time. I didn't get the end. Tell me.
So, okay. Amy is alive.
Amy's alive.
Mhm.
And do they vibe? I think they vibe.
I think they're all friends. So
Yeah.
Amy, Luca, her name is Luca,
Mm-hmm.
and Devin are all just kind of vibing.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a part where it's like, oh, can you read me my messages?
Yeah, and she's
doesn't
like,
she call her?
She's like, sure thing, Miss Smith.
Why?
She's basically gonna take over what Mr. Smith is doing. So she's gonna
I thought
be
they
in
got
charge of that.
married.
How?
It's like,
Isn't he gone?
yeah. I was like, oh, what?
Wait, did he die? I don't remember what happened with
I
him.
don't think he died. I think he was just dethroned.
Apprehended.
He was usurped.
I don't remember what happened to him.
Damn, though. I do. Oh my God. I feel so bad because I read this book a long time ago, but when I was reading it, I was hella into this shit.
Yeah.
But I will say, it going back and forth between all of the people she was, it was so hard to fucking keep up with who was who.
I feel like this would be an amazing movie.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it would hella hit. But I don't know. I feel like I did really enjoy it, but I got kind of lost because there's so many fucking names. And also her fake names. So I'm just like, oh my God, where am I right now?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, I kind of every single time I kind of just felt like, okay, why am I here in this specific moment right now? What am I gaining from this fake identity?
And I think with me, the whole Rachel part with the whole, when she lawyered up and helped her, I don't know. I know that Rachel was the one who was the most hesitant, but also I didn't care for her at all.
I think it was supposed to show that, oh, she actually is going to become friends with his friends.
His friends group.
Why does he have so many girlfriends?
Well, didn't he come from a town with just a bunch of girls?
Is that
That
why?
type of town? Yeah.
It's just that type of town. Also, I find it interesting that when Luca first saw him,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, oh, he's just that type of guy who likes to see girls in short skirts. But after they got together, I never had that vibe from him. That he
No.
was just like a
He was-
bitch.
He was really sweet to her.
Yeah, he seemed really
Yeah.
into her, like really into her.
But they don't really talk much about him at the ending.
Not really, but they do. Because wasn't there an epilogue? So basically, it's been like a year or months. I don't remember how long.
Mm.
And she like sees him again, and he's just like, "Thank God, you're home." Like he basically just accepts her, right?
That's fucking wild. I don't think I read the epilogue.
I'm pretty sure.
You're home.
I'm pretty sure he's been like, "Oh, babe, I have not moved your toothbrush."
Also, get a new toothbrush.
Oh yeah, no, that was before the Miss Smith part. They basically just like rekindled. Because she says, I should be ashamed of how easy it was to fall back into the daily routine with Ryan. The only difference this time is we're both honest about how shady we are. That's funny.
Love that shit.
Yeah.
Love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she took over. I still don't really know what they do. They're just like a protect and taking information from people.
Yeah, taking important information from people that just, I don't know. I don't really, because I think one of them, the one that she didn't like go through with it was, well, Amy. First of all, Amy had a lot of shit on Mr. Smith that could fucking ruin his life, and that's why he was like losing it. He was like, get me that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one, the one that was a judge, or I
Judge
thought he was like a
McIntyre.
governor. I don't remember what the fuck he was, but he was something in politics. And Luca was like, this man is so fucking nice. I can't do it. I think Mr. Smith probably got paid off to ruin this man.
Yeah.
Like, that's my guess. Or maybe he would just like had a good, not a good reason. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, he would have some sort of advantage if somebody else won as opposed to this nice man.
Yeah.
So he was a little corrupted.
Yeah. But I do remember her, or Mr. Smith talking to her and like, you can never let this shit happen again.
Yeah.
That's a one and done. Never again.
With the fire?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she made him think that Amy was just like a drunk, and she was always smoking. So like she was passed out mid a smoke, and so that's why her place caught up in flames.
Damn. Oh my God. I feel like I need to reread this shit. What do you think you rated it after?
I really enjoyed the book, but I feel like I don't know. There was a couple parts where I was like, God, it kind of feels like it was dragging a little bit. That's why I feel like it would be more exciting as an action movie.
Mm-hmm. I was really into it the first half.
Yeah.
But then I just started getting confused. After the Luca death, I was like, what direction does this book want to go? Because I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't a stalker story. That's kind of what I expected, mostly because of the cover.
Uh-huh. I thought it was a stalker story too. Well, revenge stalker story, because I didn't read the summary, but I like kind of like glanced at it a little bit. And so I saw like Evie Porter doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I was like, oh my God, she's infiltrating in a man's life. But
yeah,
it's still interesting though.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It would be a really good movie. This feels like a Netflix movie.
Yeah, please Netflix, pick it up. Come on, it was recommended by Miss Witherspoon.
Miss Reese. Oh my God. I think now sitting with it, because I remember reading it, I was so into it. And I was like, damn, 5 out of 5 type story.
Really?
Yeah, but I think now sitting with it after so long, I'm like 2.5.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I would give it like a mid 3.
Mid 3?
Or 3.5, 3.75 around there. Because it was
Okay.
enjoyable. I don't know.
Who's this author again? Ashley.
Oh, yeah. Did we even say? This is First Light Wins by Ashley Elston.
We did say the title. We didn't say the author. We talked about Reese for a while.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to read another book of hers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Thrillers for me, I really like reading thrillers, but I get so fucking confused. I feel like I have to do extra work.
You have to think too much.
Yeah. She looks like a sweet lady.
Oh my God. So you give it a 2.5, is that what you said?
2.5 or a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
A generous queen.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Do you have anything else to say?
No. Well, do you think that we would look at other books that Reese Witherspoon has recommended?
I don't know. Reese. I don't know. I feel a certain way about celebrity book clubs.
Because we're not invited.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like...
You're disappearing in this bed.
I just feel a certain way about it. I wonder who recommends the book to celebrities. Or do they just like...
I don't know.
Bring me a book.
Bring me a book and I'll sniff it out. I'll tell you if it's worth it.
Put it on my spoon. It's okay, Reese. Okay. That being said, to everyone listening to us in podcast form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars and a review recommending us another book, that would be great. If you want to support us and you have a little bit of money, what can they do?
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment it really just serves as a way for our listeners to let us know that you really enjoy our content, that you enjoy what we have to say. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, then you can find us on Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix, or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
And if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. We also have an Instagram and a Threads, which you can follow us at the Bookfix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD. And we also have a TikTok and a Goodreads at the Bookfix, THEBOOKFIX. Okay, what type of review do we want to read?
Isn't our Goodreads the Bookfix Pod?
Oh my God. No wonder.
No wonder nobody has followed us on the Goodreads. Hello, the Bookfix Pod.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. What do you want to read? A
wrong.
positive or a negative?
I'll do positive.
Okay, I'll do negative. Dude, I kind of feel the same way I feel about Gideon the Ninth with this book.
What do you mean?
I feel...
Oh, like when you first read it, you were like in love with it?
Yeah, but if you asked me what Gideon the Ninth was about right now, I would not be able to tell you.
What is it about?
Love?
No, it's not.
Lesbians?
This review comes from Nina Ninja's Books. They gave it 5 out of 5, and they put, Yes, this is what I call an intense psychological thriller. I love how different it was from the typical plot of unfaithful couples, psychopaths hiding in plain sight, or buried family secrets. Oh, I'll just keep going. The camera turned off. Sorry about it. The main character was really something, tough as nails, that one. We follow her through different points in time where she had to use her wit to get out of a very sticky situation. I love that there was always a reason why we learned about something, and that it only became completely clear in the end. There are unexpected directions in the storyline throughout the book.
Down now.
There are unexpected directions in the storyline throughout the book, so I didn't really want it to end. Brilliant storytelling and a book that definitely will give many others a pleasant and thrilling reading experience.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. This one is by Spirit
Okay.
Heart, who gave it a 1 out of 5 and wrote, "Welcome to the 32,142nd reason episode of books I don't understand the hype of. I get it, she dates Ryan. I get it, she's here on a mission. I get it that Ryan is sweet, cute, and prioritizes her. She wants to be with him, envisioning a life she couldn't have, and her mother died and she's sad, yada yada yada. Fucking stop talking about it and move on with the story. I almost got into a reading slump. Apparently this is a thriller. I feel more thrill when I wake up at 7 a.m. to get ready for class. Bottom line, it's me and my hatred for a book everyone in the world loves against the world. I don't care."
Ouch.
I know. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I feel like when the camera turns off, I'm just
It's time to go to sleep.
no, I'm just like too comfortable, you know?
You think that people who watch us on YouTube can tell when we're filming in bulk, which is the last episode we filmed, which is the first? Because by the last one, both you and I are snuggled up and asleep.
I feel like I look so fucking tired. And I'm just like, God damn it, they're probably going to be able to see the bags under my eyes.
You're amazing all the time.
Yeah, I can look amazing and tired at the same time. It could be truth at the same time.
Damn, that's me.
Oh my God, queen.